Sorry to work out of order. Here's page 2. The Ferris train ride covers a distance of 3 miles in 20 minutes. What is the speed of the ride in miles per minute? So again, per means divide. So miles divided by minutes. Oh. So 3 divided by 20. That's it. 3 divided by 20. So it would travel 0.15 miles per minute. Simple. What is the speed of the ride in miles per hour? So, if we have 20 minutes, how many groups of 20 go into 1 hour? How many groups of 20 go into 60? So 20 times 3 is 60, right? So in other words, I have 3 miles in 20 minutes, and that has to equal something, I don't know what that something is, over 60. Well, a couple ways you could do it. You could obviously cross multiply, but I think the easier way is to use the scale factor. Just like we said, there are 3 groups of 20, so I'm going to multiply by 3, multiply by 3. So we are going 9 miles per hour. Write an equation that you can determine how long it would take for the train to cover any distance it travels at the same speed. Well, we know that rate times time is equal to distance. My rate is 9 miles per hour. I don't know my time because it says you can determine over any time over at this speed, and that equals the distance I travel. How far does a train? Oh, and so the other option, especially since the next one is coming, I could do the equation in miles per minute. So again, rate times time is equal to distance. So this time my rate is 0.5 miles per minute. So the reason why both of these are okay is because we're using different units for the speed. Times time is equal to d. So if I travel for 45 minutes, all I have to do is multiply the 0.15 times 45. 0.15 times 45, and that gets me 6.75 miles. There are 64 pretzels in a 16-ounce bag of chocolate covered pretzels. Write and solve a proportion that you can use to find the number of chocolate-covered pretzels in a 5-ounce bag. Well, so we're trying to make a ratio, and when I say ratio, you say fraction, and a proportion is just 2 ratios that are equal to each other, so 2 fractions that are equivalent. So we have 16 ounces, and that has 64, and that means in 5 ounces I'll have something, I don't know. So there are a couple ways we could do this. We could find a scale factor, or we could cross multiply. So to find a scale factor, I'd divide 16 by 5, and then multiply that by 64. Or if I use cross multiplication, which is what I will do, even though it is a banned subject according to Denver Public Schools math department, we will have 16 times something, and then we don't know what it is. In math we typically use x, but it could be p for pretzels, whatever, is equal to, and we multiply across the equal sign, 5 times 64. So 65 times 64 is 320. What do I do to both sides to get the x by itself? Well, divided by 16, because that's the opposite of multiplying by 16. And so I'm going to get, for those people who like the Framkels, x is equal to, oh, I shouldn't have done that, divided by 16. Look at that, I get 20. Shocking. So I get 20 pretzels in a 5-ounce bag. What is the number of chocolate-covered pretzels per ounce? Well, if I get 20 pretzels, per means divided by, and I have 5 ounces, so that's 4 pretzels per ounce. How many ounces does a pretzel weigh? Well, if I get 4 pretzels per ounce, I want to know ounces per pretzel, right? That's funny. So if I want ounces per pretzel, that means I'd have to flip this. So we have 5 ounces, and we have 20 pretzels. So that means that each pretzel is going to weigh a grand total of 1/4 of an ounce. or in other words, 4 pretzels would weigh 1 ounce. That's really important because I know the next time you are out and about with your parents or maybe a date or something, they're going to say, I wonder how much a pretzel weighs. And you can say, a chocolate covered pretzel weighs 1/4 of an ounce.